Prince of Songkhla University or PSU is the first and largest university in southern Thailand. Today, PSU is a leading research-based university in Asia, committed to academic excellence, reputable research, and innovation. That's why PSU always ranked in the top 10 university of Thailand. The Faculty of Science was established in 1967, the year the university was founded. The Faculty of Science is considered to be one of the largest and the most outstanding faculties in the university. Over 50 years ago, the Faculty of Science has sought to provide quality higher education, conduct research to the benefit of science and local industry, to provide services and contribute actively and responsibly to the population in the surrounding communities and provinces in southern Thailand. The Faculty of Science opens programs for all degrees programs, including bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. The faculty now offers 12 undergraduate and 30 graduate programs. In addition, the faculty also provides short courses for international students. For graduate programs, the faculty can accommodate international students. All the programs are divided into 4 divisions: physical science, biological science, computational science, and health and applied sciences. Here are the details about the programs for each division. Basically, there are 2 semesters each academic year. Each semester is approximately 18 weeks long. Therefore, the first semester runs from the first week of June to the first week of October. Then, the second semester runs from the last week of October to the last week of February. The tuition fee for bachelor's degree is 27,000 Thai baht, or approximately $900 per semester, while the tuition fee for both master's and doctoral degrees are 56,000 Thai baht, or approximately $1,900 per semester. The faculty also provide you some scholarships. For more information on scholarships, please contact us. The Faculty of Science is proud of its distinguished record of achievement in teaching, research, development, and services to the community. It has contributed significantly to the development of the country and consistently turned out well-qualified graduates of high professional standing. There are 11 main research fields and 15 research networks. At the Faculty of Science, you can enjoy excellent teaching and learning facilities. The faculty has its own specialized laboratories with adequate modern equipment, and it opens to all staff and students. Therefore, the faculty is able to bring science to the real world. You can conduct all experiments through the laboratory by yourself, and you will get a valuable experience that you may have never seen before. Currently, the Faculty of Science gives priority to the development of internationalization in the institution. Therefore, our faculty, staff, and students have the opportunity to gain overseas experiences, as well as enhance their international and cross-cultural learning at home and abroad. As the faculty places great importance on all international students, the faculty increases and diversifies the international undergraduate students and has a comprehensive and strategic international graduate student recruitment plan. In terms of the academic aspect, the faculty support research international priorities in order to enhance their reputation on the world stage. These are the result of more than 40 collaborative institutions around the world. Now, let's see the attitude of our international students toward the Faculty of Science. Why did they choose to study here? For more information, please contact us. Prince of Songkhla University or PSU is the first and largest university in southern Thailand. Today, PSU is a leading research-based university in Asia, committed to academic excellence, reputable research, and innovation. That's why PSU always ranked in the top 10 university of Thailand. The Faculty of Science was established in 1967, the year the university was founded. The Faculty of Science is considered to be one of the largest and the most outstanding faculties in the university. Over 50 years ago, the Faculty of Science has sought to provide quality higher education, conduct research to the benefit of science and local industry, to provide services and contribute actively and responsibly to the population in the surrounding communities and provinces in southern Thailand. The Faculty of Science opens programs for all degrees programs, including bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. The faculty now offers 12 undergraduate and 30 graduate programs. In addition, the faculty also provides short courses for international students. For graduate programs, the faculty can accommodate international students. All the programs are divided into 4 divisions: physical science, biological science, computational science, and health and applied sciences. Here are the details about the programs for each division. Basically, there are 2 semesters each academic year. Each semester is approximately 18 weeks long. Therefore, the first semester runs from the first week of June to the first week of October. Then, the second semester runs from the last week of October to the last week of February. The tuition fee for bachelor's degree is 27,000 Thai baht, or approximately $900 per semester, while the tuition fee for both master's and doctoral degrees are 56,000 Thai baht, or approximately $1,900 per semester. The faculty also provide you some scholarships. For more information on scholarships, please contact us. The Faculty of Science is proud of its distinguished record of achievement in teaching, research, development, and services to the community. It has contributed significantly to the development of the country and consistently turned out well-qualified graduates of high professional standing. There are 11 main research fields and 15 research networks. At the Faculty of Science, you can enjoy excellent teaching and learning facilities. The faculty has its own specialized laboratories with adequate modern equipment, and it opens to all staff and students. Therefore, the faculty is able to bring science to the real world. You can conduct all experiments through the laboratory by yourself, and you will get a valuable experience that you may have never seen before. Currently, the Faculty of Science gives priority to the development of internationalization in the institution. Therefore, our faculty, staff, and students have the opportunity to gain overseas experiences, as well as enhance their international and cross-cultural learning at home and abroad. As the faculty places great importance on all international students, the faculty increases and diversifies the international undergraduate students and has a comprehensive and strategic international graduate student recruitment plan. In terms of the academic aspect, the faculty support research international priorities in order to enhance their reputation on the world stage. These are the result of more than 40 collaborative institutions around the world. Now, let's see the attitude of our international students toward the Faculty of Science. Why did they choose to study here? For more information, please contact us. Prince of Songkhla University, or PSU, is the first and largest university in southern Thailand. Today, PSU is a leading research-based university in Asia, committed to academic excellence, reputable research, and innovation. That's why PSU always ranks in the top 10 university of Thailand. The Faculty of Science was established in 1967, the year the university was founded. The Faculty of Science is considered to be one of the largest and the most outstanding faculties in the university. Over 50 years ago, the Faculty of Science has sought to provide quality higher education, conduct research to the benefit of science and local industry, to provide services and contribute actively and responsibly to the population in the surrounding communities and provinces in southern Thailand. The Faculty of Science opens programs for all degrees programs, including bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. The faculty now offers 12 undergraduate and 30 graduate programs. In addition, the faculty also provides short courses for international students. For graduate programs, the faculty can accommodate international students. All the programs are divided into 4 divisions: physical science, biological science, computational science, and health and applied sciences. Here are the details about the programs for each division.
Really short, but you have more time to catch up during lunch. So, good morning once again, and let's continue today's keynote session in the morning. Ladies and gentlemen, I am glad to introduce Dato Dr. Bakar Jafar, Vice President, Academy of Science, Malaysia, who will join us via online platform today. Currently, he is leading proponent in Malaysia in promotion and development of renewable energy projects, including that of ocean thermal energy, as well as in generation and production of green hydrogen. Prior to that, he has served the government of Malaysia in various capacities since 1973. Over a period of 15 years, he served the government of Malaysia as the elected member of UNCLOS Commission on the Limits of the Continental Shelf, UN Headquarters, New York. Since 2013, he is the Research Fellow and Founding Director of the Ocean Thermal Energy Center at the University of Technology Malaysia and Professor at Pradana Center at the UTM's Razak Faculty of Technology and Informatics. Today, Dr. Bakar Jafar will give a keynote speech on the topic of ocean thermal energy-driven development in fulfilling all the 17 SDGs. Let's welcome Dr. Bakar Jafar online, please.
Dato Bakar, you can share your screen, please.
Yeah, did you see the screen?
Now we see you, and the slides we don't see yet.
Oh, just now I shared. Let me check again what happened. Let me share again. Select camera. Try to locate the sharing the screen. 1 minute. Chat, participant, reaction, okay. Now I'm sharing.
All right, we see your slides fully up. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Very good. Now you can see me.
Yes, We see you and the slides.
Excellent.
You can start, please.
Yes, I'm ready. So just, have you introduced me?
Already, yes.
Okay. Thank you very much, Ms. Nok. First of all, I must apologize to organizers that I missed my flight yesterday. So I've been looking forward to be at the Prince of Songkla University for the first time, but somehow I missed my flight. So I'm happy that we have this technology that I could try my best to share my presentation online this morning. So the topic of my presentation addressed this morning is ocean thermal energy driven development in meeting all the 17 sustainable development goals. And this is the outline of my presentation. First, I would like to introduce the subject of energy, primary and secondary type, renewable and non-renewable. Then I want to discuss about what are the revenue streams that can generate by applying the ocean thermal energy technology. Then the third part of my presentation, I'm going to demonstrate how OTEC development could support all the 17 SDGs. And I'm going to identify a potential site, one site that we have worked, this of Aceh in Indonesia, and also sharing a bit in what's the potential in Malaysia. And I think one of the major outputs of ocean thermal energy is the conversion of the generated power. If no takers in the middle of the ocean, we're going to convert this into green hydrogen. This will be the first revenue, and there are other streams of revenues. And I think those who are interested in investing on this technology, that I'm going to share a bit what will be the level of investment and what will be expected returns. And then those who want to implement this project, I would like to share what are the steps required if the project were to be undertaken in Malaysia. Last, the seventh part, what are the initial needs for this investment? Then I will conclude my presentation. Right. So I'm not sure whether how many of you have seen this image. This reflect the size of energy by different sources, renewable and non-renewables, primary and secondary sources of energy. And in short, to summarize the image, so essentially we have 4 primary sources of energy, and those types of energy in the bracket are the secondary sources. For instance, the energy from the sun, captured by nature as a secondary source of energy in terms of ocean thermal energy, currents, wave, hydro, biomass, and wind. And in terms of gravitational, this is the relative movements of the Earth, the Moon, and the Sun that will get tidal movements. And then we have geothermal, this is a result of the movements, tectonic movements, the movements of the oceanic plates going under the continents. And the fourth type of primary source of renewable energy is the salinity differential. There is a barrier between the fresh water on top of the seawater. And once you break this barrier, then you can generate the power. Of course, you are very familiar with the other 2 non-renewable sources of energy, fossil fuel that refer to coal, methane hydrate, oil and gas, and nuclear fission and fusion. So as I was saying earlier, so the energy from the sun, once through then goes through massive, you get wind. Once it goes through the cloud, you get the rain, the hydro, and then the energy hits the surface of the ocean that creates the wave, and also goes through the top layer of the oceans, that create the differential that generate the current. And then the light only penetrates to certain depths, as we all know. And then the rest of the depths of the sea, the deep sea, become very dark. And there's a differential of warm water on top of very cold water, and through this differential we could convert the heat stored in the upper layer of the oceans into power, and nobody takes up the power, then we convert into green hydrogen, as I was saying earlier. So I think in the popular literature, especially among us in the tropics, whenever we mention about renewable energy, the first thing that strikes in the mind of many people, we are referring to wind and wave. I think many of us studied in the temperate regions and we are familiar with wind and wave, but not many people are aware the potential of ocean thermal in the tropics and subtropics. So in general, in the tropics, we have more renewable energy in the form of ocean thermal energy, but in the temperate, more in the form of wind and wave. And I always argue my colleagues in Malaysia, wind in the tropics is good enough for you and I to sit under a coconut tree and that's it. So this, the Academy of Sciences in Malaysia, in their foresight report 2050, back in 2017, they have identified about 95 emerging technologies. And out of this 95, they have identified 21 technologies are, let's say, very impactful emerging technology, and one of them is ocean thermal energy conversion. So this diagram simply to illustrate how one could extract the heat from the sea. And essentially what we have here is we are using liquid ammonia. The moment this liquid ammonia exposed to warm water through in a heat exchanger, sometimes they call it evaporator, and this liquid turns itself into gas, and this gas runs a turbine and turns the generator. That's how you get the power. And the next trick is how to convert this, transform this gas back to liquid. Then we need to pump cold water. Say we need to go down, say about 800 meters or so, where the temperature reach, say, 7 degrees Celsius. Why 7 degrees? So the minimum temperature at the surface is about 27. In order to achieve maximum efficiency, you need this 20-degree differential. So we need to pump this cold water through the condenser, another heat exchanger, and what is released through the condensers is this deep seawater, the temperature about 10 degrees Celsius. So essentially, OTEC technology has two major streams of product or output. One is the power, and second is the second is the cold deep sea water that could utilize to promote the culture of marine produce and also produce other marine products, which I will explain later. And this technology has been discovered in 1881. This technology has been in existence for many, many years. So these are, I would say, the best definition of what you mean by OTEC. That is, refers to ocean thermal energy conversion. It is a method of converting part of the heat from the sun, which is stored in the surface layer of the body of water. This is referring to seawater, into electrical energy. Very interesting, this definition. I also put additional words there, or energy product equivalent. So meaning to say, if no takers of this electricity at sea, then we can convert this power into chemical like green hydrogen, energy product equivalent. So in short, as I was saying earlier, there are two major streams of revenues in the application of ocean thermal energy technology, conversion technology. One is power in terms of electricity, and this will be converted by water electrolysis into green hydrogen. And second, we need to utilize this 10-degree cold deep sea water of the OTEC plant condensers. And you know, the first four of the applications, I think the first one we hardly hear about is we can use the 10 degrees Celsius deep sea water for the cooling of data centers. As you know, many data centers throughout the world consume a lot of power, electricity, And I think second application, this has already been done in many parts of the world. For instance, in Waikiki, in Tahiti, in Barbados, this for the seawater air conditioning. And then the third one, very interesting, in the tropics, our soil temperature is about 33 degrees. So we can use this cold deep sea water to cool our soil, tropical soil, for growing temperate crops. So this has been proven running very well in Hawaii, in Kumijima. And we've done a lot of experiment also in Malaysia to do this. And I think very exciting, the fourth application of use of deep sea water is in the culture of high value produce and products. I think many of you in this conference very familiar, including the culture of abalone, oysters, prawns, and also very expensive, very nice seaweed called uibudo or in Japanese or sea grapes in general. And the last is once you take the coldness of this deep sea water, what you do with this water, once they already achieve more or less room temperature, then we could also extract lithium, which is a source of metal for batteries, before we could produce the production of this seawater, mineral water. And this mineral water from the deep sea has high health values, and I must share a lot of research been done, and this mineral water from deep sea could help reduce our obesity, our blood pressure, and cholesterol. So very good news to my fellow Malaysians. So these are some of the pictures shown here for what I was saying earlier. So the various product, right? And you notice here, when I was at the Tokyo International Airport, I passed through and tried to buy seaweed, this uibudo. I think translated into $140 US per kilo. So this more expensive than Kobe beef. Right. So this is another set of pictures. What I was saying earlier, the application of using the cold deep sea water. And I think one thing I didn't mention earlier, now the green hydrogen is now coming up in order for us to run the hydrogen fuel cell cars. That's one. And there'll be no petrol or diesel driven cars. And the other one is the application of green hydrogen is to promote the standalone power system or distributed power systems, so we all can live in remote areas or in areas where we cannot depend on a local grid or local power supply, sometimes not very reliable, so we can be independent and stand alone. I think that will really boost our power distribution everywhere in a country that way we were or wherever we want to. So that's okay. This picture, the old picture, but reflects what are the values in utilizing the deep sea water at Kumijima Island. This data is very back 10 years ago, 11 years ago. I'm sure it has grown much more, but even that year, the annual sales of these products, prawns, cosmetics, seaweeds, and others, is about 20 billion yen, and that's about, if you take 100 yen per dollar, so it was 200 million yen, and to support less than 1,000 people in Kumijima. And that also, these Kumijima people were one time very poor they were very poor pineapple growers and also sugar planters. Now their income very high, maybe as high as those people in the cities in Japan. So you notice from this is that the bulk of the application into sales growth is into prawns and cosmetics. Cosmetics come from the off-specs seaweeds. They convert these off-spec seaweeds into these natural cosmetics. The brand is Rio, very popular in Komijima in Okinawa in Japan, and of course, Stanley, the Umibudo, the sea grapes, and there are other streams of revenues that could generate in Komijima. So, based on this data, then now at this conference, I want to argue that ocean thermal energy really could support all the 17 SDGs. I find very difficult to find any other emerging technology that could really fulfill these 17 SDGs. As you know, that these 17 SDGs could be organized in the following 3 dimensions: the environment, the social, and the governance. So these are many of us very familiar with the 17 Sustainable Goals of the United Nations, and this also see the classification of those 17 Sustainable Development Goals into various dimensions: environment, social, and governance. And this is how we organize those 17 in terms of environmental dimension, social, and governance, and also overlap between social and environment, as well as between governance, environmental, and social governance. And then the SDG 17 is, I would say, the mother of all SDGs in terms of partnership. And so using the data that we have gathered from both Komijima Island in Japan and also from Hawaii, this is my quick summary how each SDG could be fulfilled by the data that we gather. So I will go through this slide, explain a bit more other than by this quick overview. So the first one, I would say in terms of environmental dimension, SDG 7, the need for affordable and clean energy. And I would say ocean thermal energy, not only clean, green, and sustainable, but also affordable. And it is the most competitive of all renewable energy, forms of energy, due to the multiple stream of revenues that I was saying earlier. The second SDG on the environmental dimension is SDG 13 on climate action. And by generating 1 megawatt of outside could offset 8,000 tons of CO2. So this is the additional revenue that I didn't say earlier, but this is a potential one. And according to IMF, 1 ton of CO2 offset, it is worth $50 US and can go up as high as $150 US. SDG 14, life below water. So one illustration of this is the release of deep sea water, discharge of pocket plant condensers, and this could promote the growth of phytoplankton, zooplankton, small fish that attract big fish and bigger fish. And this is demonstrated by Professor Uchis in its Takumi capture fisheries of Japan. And SDG 15, life on land, we have two demonstrations, very well demonstrated. One, the supply of power and deep sea water to both Natural Energy Lab of Hawaii, NELHA, at the Hawaii Ocean Science Technology Park, and also Komijima Otech Park. And this have demonstrated the increase in the livelihood of the people on the big island of Hawaii and also Komijima. So this is industrial park. I won't go through the details. So I would encourage you to visit this island. I've been there three times. And now the SDGs in terms of the social dimension, the first one is no poverty. So here I would argue with OTEC, there is no poverty on the island of Komijima. Their annual income, household income is increased up to 20,000 US or even beyond. And SDG2, zero hunger. With OTEC, not only there is zero hunger on the island of Komijima, but also they are able to produce high value marine produce, including sumibudo, abalone, oysters, prawns, and very interesting, the fugu fish normally will require certified chefs to prepare the dish, but now they have discovered that this fugu fish raised in the deep sea water, the canal is no longer poisonous. So this is very good news. And I'm looking forward to a student to study why this fungal fish in raised in deep water no longer poisonous. So my bet is that because in the deep sea water there's a total absence of any bacteria or virus, so I don't see why the fish has to release its poison to fight out this bacteria, for instance. So SDG 3 is for good health and well-being, and with OTEC, very interesting to see that not only their life expectancy beyond national average, but also they produce high value distilled water that I was saying earlier, that helps reduce obesity, blood pressure, and cholesterol. And SDG 44, quality education, and raise OTEC, there is such thing as the ocean of discovery. So much more to be discovered that will be impactful to the society and economy in the pursuit of towards sustainable future. And SG8, decent work and economic growth, yes, with OTEC, it provide greater opportunities for decent work and could be considered the next source of economic growth for coastal and island economies, especially those in the tropics. So now I come to the governance dimension. SDG 9, the need this industry innovation infrastructure. So I think we have two demonstration models already up and running and operating in Kojima, Okinawa, Japan, and Big Island, Hawaii. These are snapshots of the areas. And SDG 16, this for peace, justice, and strong institutions. And I would say the 7 oceans and the adjacent seas of the world are the common goods that serve a contribution to the maintenance of peace, justice, progress for all peoples of the world. And I think these words come from the preamble of the UN Convention on Law of the Sea, 1982. Okay, the last dimension, the 17th SDG, partnerships for the goals. And I will say that the deployment of OTEC technology will provide an excellent opportunity for one and all to promote greater public and private and community partnership. So partnership is very important for us to move forward towards a sustainable future. Now I'm coming to the discuss about what are the potential sites that are being developed already throughout the world. There are many, many parts of the world that I won't go through them one by one, but within our Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand triangle, there are a lot of potential for OTEC within this area. And I would like to share with you next is that the site where I've been working since 2016 is off Pulau in Aceh. We also have the approval of the governor of Aceh on these 2 concessions. But unfortunately, the project is deferred. And sorry to say that we lost the governor, so we haven't come back to this site. So, but this is to share, especially with our Indonesian friends, that we should pursue this site. Why this site was picked? Because it is not prone to tsunami. So you want to pick the one on the west side, we are very prone to tsunami, but this is the eastern side, facing the Straits of Malacca and very deep waters. So you just have a quick estimate of the potential economy in terms of the first stream revenue. I'll go for green hydrogen. So this size is about 186 square kilometers. That translated into potential revenue about 30 million per year. And this taken the fact that the retail price, the cost of production or the sales of the green hydrogen about $6 per kilo of hydrogen. So given any concession area, we can easily estimate what will be the potential revenue. But here we also would like to take this opportunity to share this deep waters of the states of Sabah and Sarawak. So we have surveyed this area in the period 2007 to 2008, and at least you see there is 26,000 megawatt potential in this area. It could be higher. And we want to translate this area into production of green hydrogen alone. So the potential revenue per year is about 27 billion, and that really constitute about over 2% of our current GDP. And this comes only from green hydrogen alone. There are other potential revenues, of course. So we are looking forward for Malaysia to start looking seriously in investing in this area and also other parts of Southeast Asia. So I think those of us interested to pursue this line of business, I'm very happy to share with you what are the prospects and what will be the required initial investment and what the likely financial returns. So especially those of us are interested in investing in this new technology. Okay, we have this excellent presentation in Korea back in 2019 by these two naval architects, the father and the son, and using this drill ship, this abandoned drill ship, because oil and gas business have gone down, so there are a lot of drill ships are available. So they have designed OTEC plant on this ship. The OTEC system costs about 400,000 million US, and then construction cost about 40 million. So in short, to generate for 64 megawatt net power from OTEC, they will require investment almost 600 million US. And this could be translated into what would be the least cost of electricity, translated something like 16 cents US per unit. So this may sound high, but compared to the existing cost in Hawaii, already 27.5%. So in short, you cannot say that OTEC power is expensive. And I would argue again, OTEC power is the most competitive of all later. All right, so if you were to translate this cost of electricity, you require 50 kilowatt hour. This is based on standard electrolyzer in the world that would generate 1 kilogram of hydrogen, and at 16 cents US per kilowatt hour per unit of power, $8 US. Now, the test of this economics is very interesting. If you were to take Toyota Mirai, and Toyota Mirai, this is a Japanese Toyota hydrogen fuel cell vehicle. If you put 1 kilogram of hydrogen, and that would cover 245 kilometers. And the cost of travel per kilometer is about 3 cents. So this is very competitive compared to what the price of petrol everywhere now. So in Malaysia, about 15 cents equivalent. All right, now this diagram is actually to share with you how competitive is ocean thermal energy. So on the y-axis, the cost of generation, the highest is wave, followed by biomass, solar PV, tidal, offshore wind, and OTEC, not the lowest, but the second lowest base compared to salinity gradient. But this is OTEC, their cost, not their capital taken up all for the production of electricity, but the cost of OTEC could be for electricity could be further reduced as competitive as salinity gradient by taking into account other streams of revenues. And very interesting to see here, per $1 million on the x-axis, per $1 million of investment, the power generated for OTEC much lower than tidal energy. But why the cost of tidal energy or biomass much higher, or offshore wind much higher? Simply because of something to do with the capacity factor. So I think those who study renewable energy, one factor they have to consider is capacity factor. That means the availability of the resources throughout the day and throughout the year. And you can see here, OTEC is almost 100%. 5% is only for downtime. So although I was saying earlier the cost is about 16 cents, but here OTEC is 13 cents. This is based on the data published by many authorities here, including Asian Development Bank, ARENA, International Renewable Energy. So these numbers I do not cook up myself, but it's based on published data. So in short, even again the solar PV now, even solar PV is very popular, but still very costly, right? Despite the fact that the capital cost of solar energy has dropped so much, but because the capacity factor of solar energy is only 20%, that's explain why the cost is higher. So from that, I will conclude that OTEC is the most competitive source of energy of all. And the above estimate, rather, would much improve when other revenue streams, as I was saying earlier, of the OTEC condenser could be incorporated in the project viability. For instance, by taking up cold deep sea water for cooling data centers, or seawater air conditioning, and production high value deep sea mineral water, the like of Yes, is very popular brand in Taiwan. I like this brand. It tastes like a fresh coconut. And there's another two brands very popular. Retail in Japan, $7 US, but off factory about $4 US for 600 ml bottle. Right? So, and of course, we need to explore the potential of using or releasing this cold deep sea water to the surface of the ocean as proposed by Professor Uchi in his Takuma scheme to promote the growth of phytoplankton, zooplankton to attract fish and bigger fish. So this diagram also is an illustration how one could reduce the cost of city for production of green hydrogen between 13 to 16 cents just now to even say 5%, and by the apportionment of the initial capital of that plant to other investments in generating other sources of revenue. So if 100% capital investment you put for production electricity, the cost about 15 cents, and if you were to share this with other investment for the utilization of deep sea water, the cost of electricity will drop to 5 cents, even less. And that will really make green hydrogen from ocean thermal energy application the most competitive of all. Okay, this is another application that has been done very well in Hawaii and also in Japan, where the cold deep sea water is used to cool down the tropical soils. You see here where the soil temperature drops to 18 degrees Celsius, the plant doing very well compared to the standard temperature on the tropics, about 33 Celsius. And this is another base of different plants for growing temperate crops, not only tomatoes, but also grapes and others. And this is the culture of marine culture that I was saying earlier, the umibudo, the prawns, and the fugu fish. And fugu fish no longer poisonous. Very interesting. It's raised in the cold deep sea water, where total absence of bacteria. So this is what I was saying earlier, the recycling the very rich deep sea water to the surface, and that will promote the growth of phytoplanktons, growth of zooplankton that will attract small fish will attract big fish, and sounds familiar, big fish will attract bigger fish. So then I would like to share here the work done by Professor Fang, my colleague at UC Malaya, and now she's at UCSI University, and Dr. Yong. And they have done experiment to show that by lowering the water temperature here from 28 degrees to 24 degrees Celsius to 20, the productivity and the growth have improved so much, right? So you can see here in the case of Alba pertusa, this is sea lettuce. So as you drop the temperature to 20, the productivity has increased so much, almost like 4 times, from 16 to 66. And then the case of Umi Budo, sea grapes, also at 24 seems to be ideal temperature, the growth of these seaweeds. And based on this event, so we are very proud in Malaysia that Dr. Yong and Professor Fang has come up with this home culture home unit for the culture of cultivation of sea grapes of Umi Budo. And now they already put up this, they already commercialized this, or they have yet to commercialize it, but they have already filed copyright and probably patent. And only this week, early this week, I learned that they're marketing this at 1,200 ringgit, less than $300 US. So I would encourage many of us to start growing our food, this high value food, sea grapes. And those of you who have yet to try this, I like it so much. Oh, it bites like a caviar, and it tastes like a fresh squid. Huh? Yeah, very nice. Okay, now those who are really interested to invest in OTEC technology, and these are the necessary steps need to be undertaken. First and foremost, the promoters, project developers have to incorporate the special purpose vehicle, SPV, and the promoters, the anchor partner, the people that finance it. MGTC will encourage this agency to come in. MGTC stands for Malaysian Green Technology and Climate Change Cooperation. And then with technology provider, the one who is announced later on, there are 2, 3, 4, 5 technology providers or technology providers in the world, including Genesis and Criso of Korea, Genesis of Japan, and Criso of Korea. And at UTM, the UTM has commercial arm. Being a university, they have been encouraged to go to commercialize some of their work. And this company has already been established, UTM or Tech Solutions in Berhad. So the next step to conduct a full feasibility study, marine survey, and environmental impacts studies, public function for approval relevant authorities. Then we need to secure product off-takers, the buyers of this output. Then we have identified a number of potential sites of Sabah and Sarawak. And also we need to go for financial closure. And then once all those steps are done, the next step will be the appointment of the engineering, procurement, construction, implementation, and commissioning. Then before the whole project can take off the ground, but I would say can take off the deep waters. So this initial investment required. So we need the 24 million to start with, but could be less. So then these are the other steps that I was saying earlier. And for IMT-GT, so we need to explore potential investors from our Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand, our neighbors. And I hear that the Asian Development Bank will organize an OTEC workshop for investors in Malaysia next year. I heard first week of February next year. So that'd be very good development in Malaysia. So this is a time frame. I won't go through this. This is a standard project. It takes 5 years, but I think perhaps we can expedite this procedure. Project can take off the waters within 3 years. So these are I would say, the 3 major technology providers. Genesis of Japan with MOL, IHI, GMU, and Criso with Gestech Korea, the Naval Architects of Scotland, ocean energy system. So I think that's the end of my presentation. I'm not sure whether I've taken more time than I should have. Thank you very much. Back to you, Ms. Nok. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. We have time for just one question from the floor. Okay, if there's no question, thank you so much, Dato, Dr. Bakar Jafar. And we really appreciate your contribution to our conference. And this keynote session will be completed with the next talk. The theme of IMT is completed with our third keynote speaker, Professor Dr. Marwan, Rector of Syiakuala University, Indonesia. Professor Marwan holds the professorship at Syiakuala University since 2017 and is appointed as board member of the National Accreditation Agency for Higher Education. His career includes management posts such as head of the department, Dean of Engineering Faculty, and Vice Rector for Academic Affairs. Just recently, Professor Marwan was appointed as University Rector of Syiakuala University. So it is my pleasure to welcome Professor Marwan to the stage for the keynote talk on the topic of Innovation of Aceh Patchouli Oil from University to International Market. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It is an honor and privilege to be invited to participate in the 13th IMT-GT International Conference, UNINET Bioscience Conference 2022 in Songkhla. I'm delighted to be here today. I wish to thank the Prince of Songkhla University for this kind invitation. Ladies and gentlemen, as you can see on the screen or my slide, my presentation title is Innovation of Aceh Patchouli Oil from University to International Market. This topic is about our practical experience and story in helping Aceh farmer and creating new route of patchouli supply chains. And I think it's really associated to green economy concept. According to the Amato 2017, green economy acknowledges the underpinning role of ecological processes. Regarding to social dimension, green economy is more inclusive of some aspect at the local level. For instance, for ecotourism and education. It is in line with our target to improve social and economic of the local, utilizing prospective agro product in Aceh that's having comparative advantage. College participants, ladies and gentlemen, according to United Nations Environment Program, UNEP, green economy is related to growth and employment and income which are driven by public and private investment. I think green economy emphasizes at least at three things. First, low carbon emission, resource efficiency, and social inclusive. We expect with green economy, we can give impact on the poor people, especially in Aceh, who live below poverty level. Several concepts related to green economy will be further elaborated in this presentation, particularly one that related to upstream and downstream innovation in Aceh patchouli industry. Patchouli oil is essential oil extracted from patchouli plant, an aromatic flowering plant of the mint family. Ladies and gentlemen, all this story started around 7 years ago with concern for this Aceh leading community. Even though patchouli oil is one of the national export commodities, it has insignificant impact on the welfare of farmers and their refiners. The trading system that has existed for decades has never been in favor of the common people. The economic value of patchouli oil is mostly for collector and exporter, and society always get the smallest margin. At the end of 2014, the Aceh Planning Board asked a team from our university, from Universitas Kuala, to conduct a comprehensive study through Regional Innovation System Program, we call SIDA, for patchouli commodity. Through SIDA project, various surveys throughout Aceh has been carried out to take a close look at the reality or condition of the Aceh patchouli oil industry. This slide shows patchouli has a long story in Indonesia, especially in Aceh. In several references, it's found that patchouli is a Dutch company that handles cultivation and trade of patchouli oil. Patchouli oil is served in Bahasa Indonesia we call nilam. Nilam comes from abbreviation Dutch company, Netherlands, Indonesia, Landbouw Aceh Maskapit. So we use this word to call patchouli plant now. The Dutch use nilam as a source of fund to finance their war. Patchouli with species Phlogistemon cabrin band was brought to Indonesia by Dutch from the Philippines. It entered Indonesia first in the West Pasaman, Sumatera Barat, then Sidikalang in Sumatera Utara, and finally to Tapak Tuan in Aceh. Of all the area planted with patchouli, it turned to become patchouli grown in Aceh, especially with unique term in terms of quantity and quality of its product. Every patchouli exported from Indonesia, the buyer requested mixed with Aceh patchouli. In 2016, number of districts in Aceh that planted patchouli was only 4 districts. Nowadays, with various programs that have been carried out by Universitas Kuala, the number of districts that grow patchouli has grown to 17 districts. As the result, Aceh patchouli production also increased from 150 tons per year to 350 tons per year. Patchouli, Aceh patchouli especially, has the best quality in the world and has been used for a long time in the perfume industry, toiletries, aromatic, cosmetic, and also some pharmaceutical industry in various countries. Patchouli contains around 50 chemicals relevant to pharmaceutical and cosmetic industry. With the main component, the main important component is patchouli alcohol. It's around 30 to 35% of the oil. It's become the reason the uniqueness of Aceh patchouli has been marked by a geographical indication, GI certificate for Aceh patchouli by the Indonesian government, Indonesian Ministry of Law in 2013. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned earlier, Pacholi is one of the major foreign exchange earners for the country, for Indonesia. However, Pacholi farmer living quality have not significantly increased because the local community cannot enjoy the added value of the Pacholi community itself. There are many upstream and downstream problems faced by the Pacholi industry, especially in Aceh. In general, the problems are distributed in 4 subsystems, which are the upstream system of farm agro-industry, cultivation, on-farm agro-industry, downstream agro-industry, and supporting subsystem. Some fundamental issues include the provision of nursery technology, fertilizer, and pesticide. Also, shifting cropping pattern with forest encroachment, harvest and post-harvest handling, which are prone to contamination. Furthermore, the oil refining process unit is of low quality and not energy efficient, up to marketing control by the trade oligopolies, which often harm the society. Then we decided to establish the Atsiri Research Center. Atsiri means essential oil. So we call Atsiri Research Center, ARC, of Universitas Kuala on December 2016. As USK answer to addressing various problems faced by Aceh Pacholi industry. Then Aceh Pacholi Science Technology Center of Excellence established by the government in Indonesia 2019 has become a center of excellence for us in development, science, technology, and innovation that provide added value to supply and value chains of Pacholi oil. ARC has given also a new color and path to the Pacholi industry in Aceh. Ladies and gentlemen, many programs run with stakeholders can be linked to green economic component. For instance, we implemented what we call ecological balance in nursery and cultivation, avoiding nomad farming. IRC also assists the community to establish several Pacholi nurseries in 7 districts of Aceh, including Banda Aceh, Aceh Besar, and others. Some of successful innovation also include the development of spurious seed through breeding and tissue culture, biopesticide, organic fertilizer, and modern cultivation system with fertigation, combination of fertilization and irrigation on permanent land. Then other innovation also crop maintenance, harvesting and post-harvesting handling technique through drying technology, raw material preparation, boiler innovation, and distillation technology, fuel innovation, and waste utilization. After that, to add more value of the Pacholi oil, IRC also developing the purification technology, what we call molecular distillation and fractionation, to transform crude oil into high-grade and crystal Pacholi. We thank to Professor Hamam Riza, who also present this morning. He was head of BPPT, the National Center for Applied Technology in Indonesia, who have assisted and installed the equipment for us. Thank you very much. This high-grade Pacholi will be the ingredient for various derivative products such as perfume, lotion, body butter, anti-aging, car freshener, medicated oil, and others. IRC also got support, received various research innovation funding and incentive from the government, especially from the central government and also from the local government. One of the flagship programs from the central government is what we call the Pacholi Major Project, which is carried out by Bappenas, the National Planning Agency, and the Ministry of Cooperative and Small and Medium Enterprise. Pacholi factory sharing will be built and managed by the secondary cooperative, the consortium Pacholi cooperative from various districts in Aceh. Right now, technological innovation also resulting from this research, followed by preparation of startup business units that are become the spearhead of product commercialization and development of cooperative using pentahelix approach. The pentahelix collaboration between university, government, business world, community, and also media has proven to have a major impact on the progress of Pacholi industry in Aceh. With this approach, hundreds of farmers, refiners, cooperatives, small and medium enterprise, and young people have been trained in various training and mentoring programs. The goal of this preparation is to prepare the Pacholi-based upstream and downstream business so people can become a people economic movement with great potential for employment, reducing poverty, and of course, increasing export that impacting the national economy. Dozens of yacht business that build startup have now developed Pacholi derivative product that increase absorption of Pacholi oil on larger scale. In addition, various collaboration with business world have also carried out. Business world of local, national, and international, such as from France, England, Korea, India, Australia, and Russia. They have visited us and partnered with Universitas Kuala and also RRC. Ladies and gentlemen, we also realized that to obtain fair pricing, we need to have an agency that's capable of maintaining the Pacholi oil price at minimum. So in 2019, we established the Aceh Pacholi Innovation Producer Cooperative, we call Innovac Cooperative. The Innovac is a business wing of IRC with professionally managed and commercialized Pacholi-based product resulting from our research and innovation. Innovac also buy Pacholi oil from the people with fair price and develop it into various products with economical value. Several products currently being developed have distribution permit from the Ministry of Health and other related agencies. Innovac has also formed partnership with a French company and formed a PT, a limited company we call U-Green Aromatic International. U-Green will play as exporter of Pacholi oil and its derivative product. Since we are marketing the product to developed country like Europe, we also learn here how to ensure that Pacholi oil comes from sustainable farming and traceable. Around 300 farmers have been identified involved in these supply chains. Recently, in December 2000, U-Green conducted second export of 3 tons Pacholi and mud oil to France. To support its business, USK also has developed the production house to produce derivative product of Pacholi oil. Small business enterprise in Aceh and also community have access to this facility to develop their product meeting the standard. USK also developed a partnership with industry at the national level. We have collaboration with PT Fokusindo Cemerlang, Cilengsi, Bogor, West Java. Commercialization of research and product innovation, Algina anti-aging serum, collaborate with this company, has been launched in 30th November 2022. Another partnership with PT Biona Cedah Rupa in producing skincare product, Biona has also developed it. All innovation product based on Pacholi has been sold also using digital marketing platforms such as Shopee and Tokopedia. Ladies and gentlemen, that can conclude my presentation. However, I would like to quickly summarize some key points. The emergence of new ecosystem, what we call blue ocean of Aceh Pacholi trade system, in line with the green economy concept, has resulted in the stability of people Pacholi oil prices. Currently, people can be assured of getting a fair price for every drop of oil they produce. This price stability has led to an increase in Pacholi production in Aceh. In 2015, there were only 4 districts Aceh that planted Pacholi oil, but now there are 70 districts that have returned to cultivate Pacholi. This success also gives confidence that innovation carried out and the implementation strategy on the track. For the first time in Aceh history, Pacholi, which for decades was 100% exported, is now able to be processed domestically and turned into various innovative products of high value. With the innovation of science and technology, a new part of Pacholi in Aceh has been opened. This innovation must be maintained and developed so people's welfare can increase. That's all from me, and thank you so much for your interest and participation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Professor Marwan. We appreciate very much for your kindness to be a part of this conference. Therefore, I invite Associate Professor Dr. Anshana Prathep to present a token of appreciation. Thank you very much. Now, I am happy to announce a lunch break until 1. And after lunch, everybody is invited to join the CEO talk on business transformation towards BCG economy, starting at 1 here in Samila Grand Ballroom. And now let's take lunch at Pet Mongkon Room in the base floor, going down the stairs in front of this room. And see you in the afternoon. Thank you.
Prince of Songkhla University, or PSU, is the first and largest university in southern Thailand. Today, PSU is a leading research-based university in Asia, committed to academic excellence, reputable research, and innovation. That's why PSU always ranked in the top 10 university of Thailand. The Faculty of Science was established in 1967, the year the university was founded. The Faculty of Science is considered to be one of the largest and the most outstanding faculties in the university. Over 50 years ago, the Faculty of Science has sought to provide quality higher education, conduct research to the benefit of science and local industry, to provide services and contribute actively and responsibly to the population in the surrounding communities and provinces in southern Thailand. The Faculty of Science opens programs for all degrees programs, including bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. The faculty now offers 12 undergraduate and 30 graduate programs. In addition, the faculty also provides short courses for international students. For graduate programs, the faculty can accommodate international students. All the programs are divided into 4 divisions: physical science, biological science, computational science, and health and applied sciences. Here are the details about the programs for each division. Basically, there are 2 semesters each academic year. Each semester is approximately 18 weeks long. Therefore, the first semester runs from the first week of June to the first week of October. Then, the second semester runs from the last week of October to the last week of February. The tuition fee for bachelor's degree is 27,000 Thai baht, or approximately $900 per semester, while the tuition fee for both master's and doctoral degrees are 56,000 Thai baht, or approximately $1,900 per semester. The faculty also provide you some scholarships. For more information on scholarships, please contact us. The Faculty of Science is proud of its distinguished record of achievement in teaching, research, development, and services to the community. It has contributed significantly to the development of the country and consistently turned out well-qualified graduates of high professional standing. There are 11 main research fields and 15 research networks. At the Faculty of Science, you can enjoy excellent teaching and learning facilities. The faculty has its own specialized laboratories with adequate modern equipment, and it opens to all staff and students. Therefore, the faculty is able to bring science to the real world. You can conduct all experiments through the laboratory by yourself, and you will get a valuable experience that you may have never seen before. Currently, the Faculty of Science gives priority to the development of internationalization in the institution. Therefore, our faculty, staff, and students have the opportunity to gain overseas experiences, as well as enhance their international and cross-cultural learning at home and abroad. As the faculty places great importance on all international students, the faculty increases and diversifies the international undergraduate students and has a comprehensive and strategic international graduate student recruitment plan. In terms of the academic aspect, the faculty support research international priorities in order to enhance their reputation on the world stage. These are the result of more than 40 collaborative institutions around the world. Now, let's see the attitude of our international students toward the Faculty of Science. Why did they choose to study here? For more information, please contact us.